What's up, Joe? So we'll give everyone a couple minutes. It's pretty good, Joe. You're all over that. What's up, Dinger Life? Hi, Ethan and AJ, Sox Topics and Panda and Mad Dog and Average Joe. Yeah, look at the deeks. Geez, Vehicle Ranks, thank you so much for that $2. Hi, how are you? I appreciate that. What's going on, Edgar? Rodriguez, Richie and Saul, say hi. Tell Kyle I said what's up. Tell Richie I set up his, or up yours, I guess. My favorite pitch to hit was a fastball right down the middle. Hello, Andrew. Well, someone told you your life would amount to nothing. I probably wouldn't believe them. Kean Myers, thanks so much for the $2. What's up, my main guy? What's happened? What's going on? Vehicle Ranks, $10. What? Why are you giving me money? You just said you're broke. Hold on a second. Let me see this. I'm broke, so here's my only one. I got a question. I'm broke, so okay. Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't. My favorite NFL team is the Patriots by far. Vehicle Ranks, what's your yeah, we're going hatless today. I had a long day of well, I had a bunch of lessons this morning, and then I had to drive like an hour and a half. I had to go pick up a table for Laura and for me. So I had to move a bunch of stuff, and then I just got home, took a shower, and I'm not putting my hat. What, Vehicle Rank, stop giving me money. Why are you giving me all this money? Hold on, what's your super chat? Now I gotta think of my question. Well, you deserve a couple of questions. Hello from Calgary. Hello, Josh. Hello, Bradley. You had a 3 home run game? The only 3 home run game I ever had was my sophomore year in college, Black Gold Series at Wake Forest. It was a little scrimmage you do in the fall, and I hit 3 home runs, 3 consecutive at-bats. All right, playoff predictions. I'm actually going to make a video on my playoff predictions, on who I think's. Oh, so I already made a video at the beginning of the year. I said that the Dodgers and Astros were going to meet in the World Series. I said the Astros were going to beat them again. Thank you, Andrew, so much for that $2. And so, Vehicle Ranks, how much does it cost for your autograph? My autograph's free. I don't charge anyone for my autograph. I should be happy anyone wants my autograph, so I'm not going to charge them anything. If you want my autograph, the best way to go about getting it, and I still get a lot of interestingly enough, whoops, I just drew on my sofa. I still get a lot of requests for autographs, which is interesting. Every autograph request I get now typically has a little letter inside. They always have letters inside, but all the letters now say, "Hey, I watch your YouTube channel." None of them say, "Hey, I watch you play." Hey, they don't even know I play baseball very much, I don't think. And so it's free. If you want an autograph, the best way is to get something for me to sign, and you send it to the New England Premier Sportsplex in Danvers, Mass. 199 Newbury Street, and that's where our teams work out. That's where I am all the time. And so CRC Sports, thank you. I just gave you a shout out, and now I knew that was you. So that's the place to send autograph requests. Okay, hold on. I got a bunch of super chats right here, and I have to get through them all real quick. Hold on one second. So Andrew M., thank you. Vehicle Ranks, thank you again for all those. Let me come over here. Thank you again for all those super chats. Tim Barcado. I'm horrible with names. I cannot pronounce names. Barcito, I don't know. But thank you, Tim. Instagram, Tim_Barcito. All right. I'll have to check out your Instagram. I can't get on there right now because I'm on my phone using this, but Leonardo Landetta, thank you very much for that $2. I really appreciate it. CRC Sports, thank you very much. Since you were in the NL with the Padres, did pitchers hit in the minors, or did y'all use A DH. So the way that works is there's a DH, and I'm not 100% sure if it's still like this, but when I played, there's a DH for Janair. Hold on one second. Janair, why are you giving me $2? Thank you, though. I appreciate it. I have to talk to you. I'll shoot you an email or something. I lost my train of thought. Oh, DH. So you use a DH up until Double A, and then in Double A, pitchers start to hit. So Double A and Triple A, if you're a National League team, the pitchers will hit. And the lower minors, anything below Double A, the pitchers don't hit. There's a DH. When you play an American League team, so in Double A and Triple A, if you're a National League team and you play an American League team, then there's a DH. If you're playing a National League team, then there's not a DH. The pitcher hits. Hopefully that all makes sense. That's how we did it when I played. I'm assuming that's how it still works. Boom slang. I feel like I know you, boom slang. $2. Thank you so much, Matt. Will you sign more than one card? Oh yeah, you could send me 50 cards if you want. I'll sign as many cards as you want. Just whatever you send. Just have in there have another envelope in there with your address and like a stamp on it and stuff, so I can just sign it, put it in the other envelope, and then I'll throw it right in the mail back to you. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay, super chats. Oh, I got a couple more super chats. Hold on. Jesse Jimenez. Thank you very much, Jesse. What was it like for the Red Sox to sign? Oh, what was it like as a Red Sox fan sign with the Yankees? So, when I signed with the Yankees, at that point, I had lost touch with the Red Sox. I wasn't a fan anymore. So I was a huge fan my whole life. I got drafted when I was 21, and I was still a fan for like a little bit. I was a fan for like, I don't know, maybe a year, but it was really hard because I'm playing every night and the Red Sox are playing every night, and so I don't get to watch them play for almost like a year. I'd watch them, sometimes on like a Sunday. Maybe they'd have a night game and I'd have a day game, or maybe we'd have an off day, and so I'd watch them at times during the year. But within like a year, I kind of started to really lose touch, and then by the second year, I really started to lose touch, and then by the third year, I didn't care anymore. I stopped knowing who was on the team, and then by the time I went to the Yankees, that was during my seventh year. That was during my 7th year. So by that point, I didn't care at all. And I just wanted to play for somebody. I was excited that the Yankees wanted me. So, hold on one second. I get some more super chats. Let's get through them. Jim Brady, $1.99. Thank you so much, Jim. Are you related to Tom Brady? If you are, that would be awesome. He's my favorite player of all time. John Osborne, thank you very much. The CA, $6.99. I should know this. CA, what does that stand for? Canada? I honestly don't know. But rather have the best pitcher or best everyday player in the league, which helps the team more. Well, that's an interesting debate because you're going to have some people that say they want the position player because they're going to play every single game and not pitch once every 5 days. But when you have the best pitcher, he touches the ball every play. So, me personally, I want the best pitcher. That's just me. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I just feel like I want the best pitcher, especially in the playoffs. I want the best pitcher. I just feel like, they say good pitching beats good hitting and all that stuff. I do feel like a great pitcher's hard to hit, no matter how good of a hitter you are. So I'll take the great pitcher. Benito Rodriguez, 500 DOP. What's DOP stand for? Let's see. I'm not sure. I should know this, but I don't. Anyways, thank you very much for that. That's very kind of you. Were you tempted to play in the winter leagues in the Caribbean, specifically DR? So, there was one year where I was supposed to play in a winter league, and I ended up getting wrist surgery right at the end of the year, and I was not healthy. So, a lot of my off seasons were spent rehabbing. I had lots of surgeries. I have I've shown this before, but I have an arthritic wrist right here. So you can see that. I've had 3 surgeries on that. I broke my hand. And so usually at the end of almost every season, I had to get a surgery. And so that would put me out. I'd be in a cast for the first a little bit of the winter, and then I have to rehab it, and then so I could never play. Long story short, I couldn't really play. So I would have liked to. It probably would have helped me, especially later in my career, to be able to continue to prove that I could play and then be able to work on things. But I was never healthy enough to do so, unfortunately. Let me see right here. I got to catch up on all these super chats. Thank you, guys. Scott LaRock, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Metal Metallica, 1986. Hey, you're almost if that's your birthday, that you're almost as old as me. Hello from Philly. What's going on? What is the pitch you hated facing battling in the minors and majors? The pitch. So, if you guys watch Road to the Show, my Road to the Show videos, you already know this answer. My least favorite two pitches are, I would say, it's the cutter and the splitter. The splitter for 2 strikes. All right, if a guy throws a really good splitter with 2 strikes and he throws hard, it's almost impossible to hit. Like if you think back to like Kurt Schilling and Roger Clemens, I'm sure there were a bunch of other guys with great splitters, but those two come to mind for me. When they were on and they were throwing hard, they could throw like Roger Clemens was throwing like 90-mile-an-hour splitters and they were dropping off the table and guys were missing them by like 10 feet. So that was a really tough pitch to hit. And then the cutter, just because a cutter's weird, it just looks weird coming in. Even if it doesn't cut a whole lot, I just don't like the look of a cutter for some reason coming in. The other thing is, when you think you're going to square it up, right? I start to turn to hit the thing, and I think I'm going to square it up, and it moves like that much at the end, and it goes from the sweet spot to the end of the bat, and you break your bat. Or if you don't see a whole lot of lefty cutters, but one of the things I was talking about, I have this pen. Sorry, I have this pen today because I'm taking some notes. I wanted some Road to the Show. I had some Road to the Show questions, but when we were playing Road to the Show a few days ago, I talked about a lefty that threw a cutter that played with Oakland and the Red Sox, and people got it right. It was Lenny Donardo. I couldn't remember his name. He threw a lefty cutter, and it would cut it. You'd go to hit it, you turn to hit, and then it would cut in on your hands, and it would break your bat, and it would sting your hands. So cutter and splitter. And cutter was like, when I got the triple, I never saw a cutter in double A or single A or college or any of those levels. And then I got the triple A, and it was like land of the cutters. Everybody loved cutters. It was all these big league guys that kind of came back and forth, and they couldn't quite stick in the big leagues, and they're like trying to figure out a way to get back up there, and maybe they don't throw as hard anymore, and they're a little older, and they're like, well, I'll throw a cutter. And then, you just start getting all these cutters all of a sudden. So, yeah, I didn't like the cutter that much. Okay. Wow, I got a bunch here. Boomslang, you're back again. Thank you so much. Oops. Okay, let's see. Okay, you know about the self-addressed envelopes or whatever they call them. Okay, by next weekend, you'll get cards from me along with a request about a collaboration between our channels, if you don't mind. Sounds good. Let's do it. I will let you know. I'll talk to you. If you don't hear from me for some reason, which you will, just shoot me an email. Go on our website, AntonelliBaseball.com. You can shoot me an email. I'll make sure. Although, answering emails is getting really hard because my YouTube channel is getting pretty large. A lot of people are watching. I get emails from all over the world now, and I'm the only one to answer them. So it's getting a little tough to get through all of them, but I'll do it. Vehicle ranks, you're back again. I thought you told me that you spent your last dollar on me. When are you available to play Diamond Dynasty against? So I actually wanted to do a Road to the Show episode tonight, but I was gone all day moving stuff, so I missed my episode. I'm going to wake up early tomorrow and do it. I don't know when I'm going to be available for Diamond Dynasty. I need to practice still a little bit more, although I'm getting better, but I've honestly I really haven't played like a real game of baseball. I've just been my guy, so I don't even know. I don't really know how to pitch. I don't know how to do anything really. So, I don't know. We'll see. Let me get a little bit better first. Okay, let's see. Peter Starzinski. I think I said that right. Thank you very much. $2 from somebody, but then it says message retracted. I don't know what that means. Vehicle ranks. You're back again. $2. Stop giving me your money. I appreciate it, though. In my Road to the Show, I got the MLB, and you got to the MLB in 2 months? Orioles. Well, it helps when you're with the Orioles. They need all the help they can get. So, But congratulations. Peter Starzinski, you're back again. $2. Thank you so much. How is Richie Gibbons doing these days? I don't talk to Rich anymore. I I don't really I don't talk a lot to those double A guys, especially not Richie. Kyle, I shot Kyle a text, but Rich was my buddy more because we were just teammates. Never was really. I mean, I know I saw the movie with him that one day, but was never really a big fan of Richie. So, what's that say? Swollen on suds? I can't say. I can't say. I can't see. Would you rather have hair made of spaghetti or ears made of marzipan? I'm not even smart enough to know. This is an interesting question. I'll take a hair made of spaghetti because I don't have any hair. I would just shave it anyways. So we'll go hair full of made of spaghetti, and then I would just cut my hair really low. As you can see, my hair is going back and back and back. That's the worst thing about looking at videos, old videos of myself. When my hair used to kind of just come right here, and it used to go, it kind of came like right across, and now it doesn't anymore. That's how I really know I'm getting old. And Laura pointed out to me a couple days ago, I don't know if you can see it, you know, see right here, when I'm smiling, I get those, what are those called? Crow's feet or something like that? Crow's something or other? I don't know. She says I'm looking old. CRC Sports, $20. Thank you very much. Thanks for the shout out, man. No problem, CRC Sports. You're the man. Just wanted to send another super chat. No question. Oh, but if you talk to Wade LeBlanc in the future, tell him Roll Tide. I will. I'll text him after. Well, I won't text him after this. It's a little bit late. But he is a big Alabama fan and a big Saints fan. Let's see. He was one of my favorite players when he played for Alabama. Yeah, he was a great player for Alabama. Wade still has the best changeup I ever saw. And I've played infield for a lot of guys, a lot of different pitchers. The best perspective, the best thing about playing second base is I get the best view pretty much in the house. I mean, the catcher does, I guess, but he has to actually catch the ball, so he has to do something. I'm just playing second base, and I'm standing, and I'm looking right in. I have the best view. And watching Wade pitch, we played together in, how crazy is this? I get something for you. We got called up together on the same day. I think it was the same day to every level, I believe. I have to check with him, but I feel like we went up together on the same day every time. Or was that me and Chad Huffman? Anyways, Wade and I played together for Eugene, for Fort Wayne, then we went to Elsinore together, then we went to San Antonio together, then we went to Portland together, then we got called up to the big leagues on the same day. We literally went together every step of the way, and we were roommates. Anytime that we had to be in an apartment or something, we were roommates. So, let's see here. Oh, sorry, I didn't tell my story. So watching Wade pitch all those days, I still haven't seen somebody that had put the fastball right where he wanted. So he would go he would just toy with minor leaguers. He would go fastball into a righty, boom. The glove would be like this, he'd go boom. And then next pitch would be the filthiest changeup you've ever seen. So you got righty hitters going like this on a changeup, and then like this on like this on a changeup, like this on a fastball, then this on a changeup, and then back to fastball in and changeup. Nobody could hit it, and it was awesome watching that. It was just ridiculous. I had another story I just want to tell you about Wade. What was I going to tell you? I forgot. But anyways, it was ridiculous watching his changeup fastball combination. All right, more super chats. Kia Myers, thank you so much. You're back. Do you have any suggestions for movie night? Ooh, movie night. Well, I'm glad you have movie night. Me and my wife have been trying to have movie night for like 5 years. We haven't been able to have movie night yet. I don't even know what new movies are out because I don't watch movies anymore. Whoa. Man, that's hard. I'm more like old school movies. When I have time now, I watch old school movies. I can't help you with this question, Kian. I think that's how you pronounce your name. We actually watched a. Now we watch a lot of shows because it's hard to watch a 2 hour, 2.5 hour movie. By the time our kids go to bed, I want to go to bed. So it stinks that Game of Thrones isn't on anymore. That was like a big show for us to watch. We actually just watched a show called Unbelievable. I think it was on Netflix. Um, I thought it was just average at best, but yeah, I wish I could. I wish I could help you more with that with movie night, but I honestly don't know any movies. What's this new Joker movie out that I'm hearing everyone saying there's like a crazy movie and I don't know. I've heard it on the news and everything. I know who the Joker is, but has anyone seen that? Will Crawford. What's up, Will? I I bet you got called up to AAA because you Spider-Man Richie. So now you'll have to find someone new Spider-Man so you can make it to the big leagues. Um, you know, no, I don't think we can put that in a video game, but I think we need to talk to who'd you guys say makes Road to the Show? I forget what company you said make it, but they're out in San Diego. I don't know video games enough, so I'm not really sure. But we got to figure out a way to get me out there. Either get me in the game or let me help them out, contribute to the game and somehow, or maybe we'll do maybe on the bus rides we'll have somebody doing a Spider-Man. No, we can't do that. They'd probably get in trouble for that, but. Johnny loves steel balls. Thank you, Johnny. Hey, what is the grip for the cutter? How does it look like coming out of your hand? And where's my daily dose of Road to the Show? So Road to the Show is coming soon. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I wanted to do a Road to the Show today, but I had lessons, and then I had to drive to New Hampshire to help my wife pick up a table that she wanted and a couple other things. And so I haven't been home all day. I just got home not long ago, put my son to bed, and my wife put my daughter to bed. I put my son to bed. Then I came down here to talk. So I'm going to get up early tomorrow. Tomorrow I have another busy day. Tomorrow I actually have a family from Germany. First ever lesson with someone from Germany. So they came over to America, and we're going to do a lesson. And then I got to drop off some more furniture at Laura's mother's house. And then I had the Patriots on at 1 against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Should be a tough game. I don't know if it'll be a tough game, but Buffalo is always a tough place to play. They're 3-0. I don't think that their offense is going to be able to do enough against the Patriots because the Patriots' defense has been really, really good. But Pats are a little banged up right now, and I think we'll be fine. But Buffalo always plays pretty tough defense, especially at home. So I think the Pats will win, but I think it'll be a tough game. Okay? Oh, and then after that, it's my grandmother's birthday. How old is she? 87, I think. 86, 87, somewhere like that. So I got to do that. So I got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. D. Porter. Thank you so much. $20, D. Porter. Thank you very much. Hey, Matt, how many cards do you think you signed for Topps your rookie year? So I don't remember which brand of cards I was signing. I just know I signed a lot of cards. When I was drafted, again, because I was a first round pick, I'm assuming that's why I had to sign so many cards. And then I made my debut really quickly. I made it within 2 years, and during my second full season, which is considered pretty fast for a baseball drafted player. So I was like, I guess I was probably at that point, at least for young players, like pretty popular as far as cards go. So I signed a lot of cards. I would sit down and sign thousands in a sitting. I think one time took like 5, 6, 7 hours straight. I literally just sat there. We sign, take a little break, come back and sign and sign and sign. And it was like fast. It wasn't like just like, oh, write my name. But it was like the guy would flip it to me. I go, like this is the speed I went for like 5 hours until my hand's feeling like this and I can't write anymore. But that was the speed at which we went. Let's see. Man, I'm way behind on these. Peter Starzinski. Hey, Pete. You should hire Richie Gibbons to read your emails. But then I'd have to talk to him. Actually, maybe I could have him just answer them from his house. And that way I wouldn't have to see him, but he'd be able to answer them for me. That's a great idea, Pete. I am going to see if he'll do that for me. And considering he's making absolutely nothing in the minor leagues right now in Double A, he'll probably take me up on it. I can give him like $5 an hour. He'd probably love it. Edward Tanai, hopefully I said that right. MLB The Show is made in San Diego. Awesome. They should get you to consult, unless you know of another ex-Padre who has played the show more than you have. No, I think they should get me to consult, because that would be fun. I'll go out to San Diego. I haven't been out there in a while. My wife keeps saying she wants to get out to California, so we'll come out. I'll even buy the flights. You don't even have to fly me out there. I'll get the flights, and I'll come out, and I'll help with the game. All right? Let's do it. I'll just start taking notes on all, or I guess we can just go back and watch all my Road to the Show episodes, because I have a lot of, not complaints, I think the game is actually outstanding. And I haven't played video games, like you guys know. I haven't played in like 5 years, because once I had kids, I never had time to play video games ever again. And when I got back into it, I mean, video games have changed a lot since I last played, and I was not expecting the game to be this entertaining, but I really, really enjoy it, so. Plus, a lot of people are telling me they're buying PlayStations and the game because of watching my Road to the Show series. So, well, I guess the game would be for San Diego Studios or whoever you said makes it. I guess Sony would be happy about the PS4s. When's PS5 coming out? I think PS5 might be coming out, huh? I think I saw something on that. I don't know when it's coming out, though. Metal Metallica 1986. Thanks for answering my question. You rock. Keep it up. Thanks, Metal Metallica. I appreciate that. You rock, too. ZR, thank you so much for those. As a former NCAA D1 wrestler who is now 33, I agree, getting old sucks. So feel you there, Matt. Yeah, I agree. I think we're both at the age right now. When you get into your 30s, especially your mid-30s, like I'm almost 35, to me that feels old. And I finally am starting to feel old. Like, I don't feel like I have as much energy. I am also probably working harder now than I ever have. I just have a lot of things going on. You know, just the social media stuff is a lot of work, getting a video up every single day. But then answering all the emails that come in and, you know, the Instagram DMs, which I'm like a million behind. And then obviously we have 11 teams for Antonelli Baseball, which is hundreds and hundreds of players. And then I have a very busy lesson schedule. And then, you know, it's just I'm doing a lot of work. So that could be why I'm so tired. But also, like, I am starting to get a little fat, a little out of shape. Usually I can eat whatever I want, and I stay pretty skinny, and I have no muscle now. I'm falling apart. But yeah, I agree. We're getting old. Evan, oh boy. Shather? I wish I could read. But thank you so much, Evan. I appreciate it. How fast can you run 40 yards, a mile, and a 5K? Okay, I've only run a 40-yard dash once, and it was my junior year of high school. I ran a 4.53, laser timed. That's the only time I ever ran it my whole life, so I don't know if I ever run it faster. Right now, I wouldn't run it that fast. I haven't sprinted since I last played in baseball. 2013 for the Indians was the last time I sprinted, so I haven't run. How long would it take me to run a mile? I was always really good at running miles, but again, I'm so out of shape. I have not done anything more than just throw batting practice. That's like my cardio and hit fungos. And 5K, no chance. I'd pass out. I'd have to walk. I couldn't do a 5K. No chance. Oh, I hear Laura's footsteps. Maybe she's coming down here to say hello? She is coming down here. Hey, Laura. I am on video.
I need your help.
What's wrong?
There's a giant spider in Mia's room. I don't know how to kill it without waking her up. I need you to kill it for me.
There's a giant spider in my daughter's room, and my wife came down to tell me that I need to go up to kill the spider. Can I come up in a few minutes?
Yeah, I guess. I don't want to eat her.
I'll be up in a few minutes. Hold on, I have to get through these. Super chats before I go up and kill the spider. John Cusack. Josh. Wow, I can't see. Josh Kuziak, that's what it looks like. How was your relations with the other sports team in the city? Also, would you have gone through with your career if you acknowledged? Also, would you have gone through with your career if you had knowledge of how it went? Okay. So I wasn't up with the Padres long enough to have a like a relationship with the other teams. Just say for the Chargers, for example. Like we had a couple of Chargers that would be like, in our clubhouse every now and then. I never talked to them. I didn't know them. I actually made the mistake of when I got drafted and was at Petco Park and I was on TV on the news, and the Patriots were actually playing the Chargers in the AFC. Was it the AFC Championship game? It might have been the AFC Championship game back when LT was with the Chargers. I don't know what year this was, but I was out in San Diego. I was working out with the team and down on the field, and I don't know, they had like one of the news stations there, and they were like, what do you feel about the big game with the Chargers and everything? And I should have just been like, go Chargers, yeah. And I said, yeah, I'm a huge Patriots fan. Patriots are going to beat them and going to go to the Super Bowl win. And then I got like a bunch of people yelling at me on, that just wasn't a good thing to say. Twitter was very small back then, and my social media following was very small because a lot of the things were just coming out, but everyone yelled at me for that, for not liking the Chargers, so. Mike Gregory, thank you so much. Any major leaguers at your wedding? Who came to my wedding? Will Venable. Who was at my wedding? I should know who was at my wedding. Who did I invite to my wedding? Laura! Who did we have? We had, so we invited, let's see. No, we had a lot of guys. All my teammates. Will Venable, Nick Hundley, Whey LeBlanc. Who else did I invite? Chad Huffman. Who else did I invite? Jeez Louise. Craig Cooper. Why does my wedding feel like I can't remember anything that happened at my wedding? This is bad. I'll have to ask her. All right, where are we? All right, $5. Was that swollen on suds? I should know what that says, but I don't. Have you ever faced a knuckleball? Are knuckleballs as hard to hit as they say? Enjoy your spaghetti here, my man. Free meal with every haircut. I have faced 2 knuckleballers in the minor leagues. They weren't big league knuckleballers, although I think maybe one of them made it to big leagues for a little bit. So I've never faced like a Tim Wakefield or someone with a legit, like an R.A. Dickey. I haven't faced any of those guys. I will say the first time I saw a knuckleball, I got up there and it came in and I wasn't impressed. I was like, oh, I'm going to crush this thing. And I remember I saw it coming and I swung and it was right there and then I totally missed it. And I ended up striking out that at-bat. And then the next at-bat, I think I hit a home run off him the next at-bat. I think he threw me a fastball. I'm almost positive he threw me a fastball the next at-bat and I hit a home run off him. But when the knuckleball came, it was tougher. It was tougher to hit than I thought it was going to be. Hey, Laura.
Hold on. I killed it.
Okay.
But I think we need to move because that's the second time I saw one that big this week and I can't live here like this.
I have a question. How many major league players came to our wedding?
I don't know why. That's the question?
They just asked me.
Hundley? Venable?
I've already said them.
Why can't I think of his name? New York.
Craig Cooper?
Yeah. Did he ever play big leagues?
Triple A.
I don't know.
Okay. Let's see. Chris Fallon, thank you so much for the $4.99. I really appreciate it. CRC Sports, back again. Thank you. Another quick one. Okay. What's your thoughts on the Braves? Do you think we have the stuff to do at least make it to the NL Championship Series? So I think when you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. I think the goal is get in the playoffs and then see what happens, like I just said. But I think that and I haven't watched the Braves play in a little while, but I really like their lineup. And, there's a lot of tough outs in there, and they've got some power, and they've got some guys in the middle lineup that are super professional here. You got Freddie Freeman, and you got Donaldson. What a freaking year. By the way, when Donaldson signed that deal, a lot of people, I made a video on it, and I said, I think the deal's worth it, right? I said, and people were yelling at me like, that's not worth it. Like, how can you say it's worth it? The guy, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, if he hits 40 homers, it's going to be worth it. And everybody was like, he ain't going to hit 40 homers. And I think the deal was worth it. I know he started off slow, but then he went absolutely bananas. You got Acuna, and they just got a lot of really good players. They got some pop, and I don't know their whole pitching staff, but I know they got a couple of really good pitchers. So I think they got a good chance. I think obviously the Dodgers are just loaded. I still think they're going to go to the World Series, but you never know what's going to happen, especially in baseball. Okay, Peter Starzinski, you're back again. Your road to the show inspired me to do it. I'm a former right fielder at 1B. See? Thanks, Peter. Josh Kuziak. Do you like your I don't even know what that says. Again, I'm not smart enough to figure that one out. I'm sorry. Who sent that? Josh. Peter Starzinski, you're back again? I'm in the Yankees organization in my Road to the Show series. So in the Road to the Show, I'm interested if you can be, like, do they put you with everybody? You can be on any team? Or do they only pick, like, 5 different teams that you kind of rotate through? Andrew, Andrew, thank you so much. If you could change anything about baseball rules or otherwise to get more people to watch, what would you change? So there's nothing about baseball that I don't like. Like, I watch the game, and I think it's a little bit different for me, though, than for some people, because when I watch a baseball game, and I don't know how other people watch the game. I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say that I watch it differently than other people. I'm sure a lot of people watch it just like I do. But I'm sure there are some people that just watch the game for, to see the guy hit the ball, right? You're just watching and you're waiting for the guy to hit a home run or something. And when I'm watching the game, I'm watching it more like a coach would watch it probably, or a kind of as a player where every pitch, the guy makes a pitch. Okay, what did he throw? Where did it go? What did I think he was going to throw? What did I think the hitter thought he was going to throw? Okay, what's the count now? Okay, what's the pitcher thinking? Now what's the hitter thinking? Is there a guy on base? Are they going to pick over? Are we going to steal? Should we bunt? Like, I'm thinking like that. So I'm thinking it like I would watch a game if I was the manager. And so the game doesn't move slow for me. When that happens and you get, like, when you're really, I feel like, me personally, when you're really into every play and you're thinking it like that, then the game can go on for like 5 hours and you don't feel like you're there for 5 hours. Now, for some people that's just sitting there, and there are times when I'm like, dude, throw the freaking ball, dude. Like, let's go. So I do think the game can get slow at times. So I don't think it's a bad idea. Some of the things that get the game going a little bit. But other than that, like, I don't care for any rule changes, honestly. Like, I like the way the game is. And so, yeah, I don't know. I like the game. Robert Wang, thank you very much. What would you do if Jose Altuve disguised himself as a kid and tried out for your U18 team? Well, I would I'd probably hit him lead off so I could make sure I get him as many at-bats as possible. I'd start him at second base, probably shortstop. I guess we'd have to probably start him at shortstop. He'd by far be the best shortstop. And we'd probably win a bunch of games. And I'd probably put them all over our website and make 1,000 YouTube videos about them. And I would just, I'd let everyone know that we've got the best U18 player in the country, and you should come play for us. That's what I would do. Retro Gaming, Russ, thank you so much. Go kill the spider. My wife already killed it. She came back down like right away. I don't know if you could hear her, and she said she killed it. So I was gonna go, but she came right back down too quick. We've got like I don't know. It's this black spider with a yellow. It's got yellow inside of it. It looks pretty cool. Also pretty frightening. And they obviously have like a nest or something in this house because they're not that they're everywhere, but every couple days we find one, and they're like that big. They're big. So. CRC Sports, you're back again. Thoughts on Tatis, the new rookie sensation for the Padres, if you still watch the Padres. I don't watch the Padres a lot, but I do like Tatis. I think he's a freak show. I love his swing. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. He can field, he can throw, he can hit for power. He can do everything. How the hell, who's he with, the White Sox? What the hell are the White Sox thinking? How do you trade that guy? I don't even know what they got in the trade, but how do you trade that guy? I feel like the second I saw Tatis, like I'm watching, and people were like, when he first kind of came on the scene, everyone's like, oh, Tatis. So I watched him. It took me about 10 seconds to be like, this guy's a freak show. Like, this guy's amazing. And it took 10 seconds. So I don't know how you get rid of that guy. I don't know. Josh Kuziak, odds for the Phillies going to the playoffs next year, and who their next manager will be. I'll manage them. If they want me to. So I don't know who their next manager will be. I'm not really sure who the candidates are. I haven't followed it enough. I mean, you would think that the Phillies... Hell, I thought the Phillies were going to the playoffs this year. And I didn't follow them enough, but I thought their lineup... I thought all the moves they made in the offseason were of a team that was not only looking to go to the playoffs, but win a World Series. Now, I don't know if I really thought they were going to win the World Series, but like I said in baseball, you got to get in the playoffs, and then anything can happen. And so, I don't know what happened. I'm not a Phillies fan. I don't watch enough games. I see them on TV once every month or two, not even. All right, so I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know if guys didn't live up to the expectations. I don't know if they didn't get enough pitching. I'm not sure. All I know is that the roster they have is a playoff roster. It should be. Obviously, it wasn't. So, oh man, we got a lot of questions here. CRC Sports, you're back. He was obviously worth it. The bringer of rain. Absolutely, he is worth it. When he's healthy, he rakes. That's the bottom line. Chris Fallon, thank you so much. Thanks a lot for your channel. Has provided me hours of amusement. Have any hobbies outside of baseball? I'm a really boring guy. My hobbies. Outside of baseball, I love football. Football is probably my passion. Not baseball is. No, football. I love football. There's nothing that makes me happier. I shouldn't say that. There's not many things that make me happier than watching football. I can watch football. I can't do this with baseball. But I can wake up and watch football all day and never leave the sofa. And then I could do it the next day and the next day. I can't do that with baseball. So I love football. And, I was driving home today, and I had like an hour and a half drive. And I listened, this might sound a little weird, I listened to Urban Meyer talk about football, just different aspects of football. He talked about, this is how weird I am. This doesn't help me in life at all, but I listened to him talk about how to run the spread. I listened to him talk about 3 different types of passes and how you one's a movement key, one's a progression where you got to go through your 1, 2, 3, and 4 reads, and then one of them was one-on-one where he talks about finding the fish. You just look at the matchup, you find the best matchup, who's the worst player in the defense, you're going to attack that guy, okay? Like, I'm listening to all this stuff on the ride home, and I feel like I should be an offensive coordinator right now. I learned about the zone blocking scheme, and Wisconsin's best run plays, and so I'm listening to all this stuff on the ride home, and I could listen to that for like days and days and days. Like, I should be a football coach, but I'm not gonna be a football coach. If I never played baseball and I was like 18 right now, I think I would get into football and I would go try to somehow be like one of those guys that gets in on the bottom floor, like Sean McVay. I would try to be like Sean McVay. I would try to get in someplace and just be, what did John Gruden call him, the piss boy? I think he called him the piss boy. I believe that's what he called him when he worked for him in Tampa, I think it was. I would be the piss boy. I would go in and I would just want to learn and I would just want to hang out with John Gruden all day long. And that's what I would do if I was really young again, I think. So that was a long answer. That was a hobby of mine. And I enjoy, that's what I every day with my fantasy team or football on Sundays and Thursdays. I really enjoy the stock market, so I enjoy investing. If I wasn't doing baseball or football, I probably would have done something in investing. What exactly, I don't know, but I would have probably done something. So those are my hobbies. Peter Starzinski, thank you so much. In the beginning, they ask you if you have a preferred team. Oh, that's why, me being a Yankees fan, of course I chose to be with the Yankees. Oh, and they put you on there. Oh, my preferred team was the Red Sox, but they didn't put me on there. Johnny loves steel balls. What's up, Johnny? You're back again. Do you still have the ball from your first hit? I do. It's upstairs. I have like a little office where I do all my work, and it's up there. Josh Kuziak. Okay, hold on. Urinating tree? Just look up Days of Our Steelers if you don't know of him when you have time. Okay, I will. Garage flips. And thank you so much, by the way, also. Garage flips. Thank you so much. Matt, did you ever get an offer to play for the Japanese League? I get this question a ton. I never got an offer. Some of my buddies did, like Chad Huffman did, Whey LeBlanc did. I never did. So as far as pitchers go, I mean hitters go, they're typically looking for one, probably hitters that have played in the big leagues for a while, or two, hitters that have put up huge power numbers. And I only have 1 year where I put up power numbers. So they can only have so many American players. And so they want somebody to come over there and it's going to bash the ball. In my experience, that's what they want. Because I think typically, I think when they think of American players, they think of big, strong dudes that can hit homers. And they want to get as many of those as they can, obviously. So I was never, I wasn't good enough. Okay, bottom line, it wasn't good enough. So I never got asked to go over there. Crazy Crab, $2. Thank you so much. Did you ever play for or meet Bruce Bochy? If so, how was he? Bruce Bochy was the manager of the Padres when I got drafted. But by the time I got called to the big leagues, it was Buddy Black. Now I did meet Bochy because when I got drafted, I went out to San Diego. They flew me out. I hit batting practice with the team, hung out with the team, did interviews, stuff like that, throw out the first pitch and all that stuff. And so Bochy was the manager. And so when I got out there, I met him. And he is a large human. That's the first thing I thought. I said, this guy is a large human. And his hand, now I have humongous hands. I have not met many people with bigger hands than I have. And usually when I shake someone's hands, they're like, ah, damn, how big are your hands? When I shook Bruce Bochy's hand, I was like, oh my God, like this guy, he's an ogre. He was humongous. So that's what I thought of him. And he had a really deep voice. And he kind of a little bit intimidating. But that's all I really got to know him. I didn't get to know him very well. And then he was with the Giants when I got called up with the Padres. So, Dan Young, thank you so much. Hey, Matt, love the channel. Big Phillies fan here. Any ideas as to the reason for the shortcomings? Hey, didn't I just get that question? You might have just missed it. I just answered that question probably like 10 minutes ago. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. I don't know what happened. I made a prediction. I thought they were a playoff team, with all those signings. And obviously it didn't happen. I personally don't follow them enough to know. I'm assuming that most of the guys underperformed. I mean, they've got talent, clearly. I know that just talent alone doesn't always win you ball games or make playoffs, but I don't know what happened. I'll have to go and look. I don't know, but I thought with that lineup, when they made the trade for Real Muto, and then that Harper, and then I know the McCutchen, I don't even know if McCutchen did anything this year. I know that was more of just kind of like a veteran signing. And who the hell else do they get? Who they have? Segura? I don't know. They had a bunch of guys. I was just like, damn, this team's going to be legit. I don't know what happened. I got to figure it out, though. Scott LaRock, thank you so much again. Do you have full feeling in your hand and wrist after the injuries? Yep. So my wrist works perfectly fine. But when I hit fungos, after a while it hurts a little bit. Nothing too bad. I don't really take swings anymore, though. If I'm going to hit, then I've got to tape my wrists up. And so I don't really hit very much anymore at all, really. Just because it gets pretty sore. It does. But that's only when I'm doing baseball stuff. I don't notice it everyday life. I don't do anything. Now, I'm sure when I get older, I'll probably have some pain. They did tell me that when they gave me all the surgeries. They said, you're one day you're going to develop arthritis and, I don't know, whatever that's going to feel like. But we'll I guess, cross that bridge when we get there. CRC Sports, again, you're back. Jeez Louise. You were a good football prospect. What was your biggest offers coming out of high school? Please tell me Bama offered you. So, Bama didn't offer me, no. Let me tell you my football high school story in like 1 minute, 30 seconds, okay? Never played football before until I got to high school. When I got to high school, I played defense. They put me a middle linebacker, and I was playing on the sophomore team. It's like between freshman and JV team, and the coach said, "Man, no one can catch a ball on this freaking team. Can anybody catch a ball?" My dad was actually a coach at the high school, and he was like, "Hey," he's like, "Coach, Matt can catch," and the guy probably was like, "Oh, of course you say your son can catch." So he's like, "All right, Matt, get in there." So I go to wide receiver. First play I'm in, I run a pad, and they throw me the ball. I catch it, I run like 70-yard touchdown. And then it just kept happening over and over again. And get called up to varsity, and then they keep me just on defense. And then my sophomore year, they play me at just defense. And then my junior year, they play me at just defense. And so I'm playing corner, and I'm fine out there. And then for some reason, like a little bit after halfway through the year, they finally put me in offense. I don't know why I didn't play offense before. And so I swear, I don't know the numbers, but the first like couple times I touched the ball, I scored a touchdown, I scored a touchdown, I scored a touchdown, I scored a touchdown. But I didn't touch the ball a ton. I scored a lot of touchdowns. So then senior year, they finally say, okay, we'll play him on offense. And then I won Gatorade Player of the Year from Massachusetts. So I scored a lot of touchdowns my senior year because I played offense the whole time. But the thing is, I committed to Wake Forest right at the beginning of my senior year. So I didn't have any football offers because I was going to play baseball. And I didn't play offense till my senior year. But I had a really good senior year, obviously, winning that award. So that's how my football career went in high school. A lot of people were trying to tell me to go out for the team down at Wake Forest, but at that point, my goal was to play baseball and play in the major league. So, Metal Metallica 1986, $50? Oh my lord, thank you so much. $10 for Law for killing the spider and to go on a shopping spree. Oh man, she will find that funny. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Metal Metallica 1986. Josh, you're back. Do you play out of the ballpark 20? I don't, but a lot of people keep asking me this. Is that a game where, is it basically like a simulator or something like that where you can, is that what it is? I think that's what it is. A lot of people have been asking me about that. I've never done that before. So should I look it up? Should I try to figure it out? I will. Joey, oh, this is a tough one. Jakabuik, Jakabayak. If you're just getting on here, I'm butchering everyone's names. I'm horrible. Really digging your channel. Thanks, Joey. It is so awesome hearing your professional perspective, and the road to the show is rad. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I will. I'm going to do some road to the show in the morning, in only a few hours. Anyone know what time it is? I have no idea what time it is. Michael Hernandez, thank you so much. What are the biggest mistakes you see youth coaches making? Wow, that is a good question. I'd have to probably think about that for a little while. I think the biggest thing, I don't know if this is the biggest thing. This is the first thing that popped into my head. Let the kids freaking play. That's one thing I think. I play so many teams. We play so many teams where I'm just like, dude, just let the kids play. Like, there's so many coaches that like are trying to play the game for the kids. Like, let the kids play. There's so many coaches that are acting. Now, look, we take it pretty serious, right? Like, especially with travel ball nowadays, like, kids pay a lot of money to play, and, it is competitive. There's lots of teams, but I try not to lose track of the fact that it's kids playing baseball, and our goal is to, one, have fun, two, have fun. They should enjoy playing. They're 10, right? Like, there's youth baseball teams, like, they should enjoy it. You're trying to instill a love for the game in them so that they enjoy it and enjoy their childhood, and then hopefully continue to play the game. The last thing you want to do is make it miserable for a kid at 10 so he quits and plays lacrosse, okay? Nothing against lacrosse, but baseball's better. So, I just see a lot of coaches that, like, I don't know, they're acting, one, like they don't let the kids do anything. Two, they're screaming at the kids for every little thing they do when the kid's 10 years old and he doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. Teach him how to play the game. Like, so that's my thing. Get them to have fun, get them to work hard, teach them what it takes to be a good player while having fun, and teach them the game. And stop trying to play the game yourself. Let them play the game. You're old now, okay? That's what I want to say to the coaches. You're old. You played, now you're old, and you stink. Let them play. Help them. Teach them how to play. Okay, that's what I think is one of the biggest things. That's one of the big things I say. Metal Metallica, you're back again? Meant to say 50 for Laura. Oh, man, I thought I got 40 and she got 10. All right, I'll give it all to Laura. I'll let you know what she wants. Let me write that down. $50 to Laura from Metal Metallica. I'll let you know what she decides to get. I know what she's going to get. She's going to probably... Although all this money goes to our Antonelli baseball account, which we typically use, any money that I get in here is basically being donated to our team. So, we'll buy like new equipment, new baseballs, pitching machines, all that stuff. But what I'll do is I'll give her $50 that I have, and your $50 will go in, and I'll just tell her that $50 is from Metal Metallica. Brandon, oh boy, Pampuch? I'm sorry. I'm horrible. Hey man, love the channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Brandon. Pampuch. Man. Jose Montez? I think. Thank you very much. You ever robbed a sure base hit, diving, stop, or catch? Yeah, I've done that plenty of times. Not so much in the big leagues. I didn't have a whole lot of opportunities. Actually, I made 2 errors, I think, in the big leagues. One of them you guys saw. Fielded the ball, threw it 92 feet over the catcher's head against Milwaukee. The other error I made, it was a sliding play up the middle. Hit it up the middle. I slid, backhand, catch came up, threw, and the ball slipped out of my hand. Now this, I'm not making excuses, but one thing about the Major League balls that I noticed when I was up there playing was that they were slick. The seams were very low, and they were slippery. I threw a lot of balls where I threw it and the ball kind of just slipped out. And this was one of them. I made a nice play, threw it, and the ball just slipped out, took Gonzalez off the bag a little bit. That was really my only play that I actually had to dive to throw a guy out. I did a lot in the minor leagues, but just not very often in the major leagues. Didn't really have the opportunity. A. Huffman, 1984. Thank you very much. Wow. Enjoy your videos. Who do you think will win the World Series this year? So earlier tonight, I was talking about how I, at the beginning of the baseball season, I made a YouTube video. It's still up there. It said my World Series predictions or something like that. I had the Astros playing against the Dodgers, and I had the Astros winning. So I'm going to stick with that. They've got a really good chance, obviously. They've improved their team a lot. They've made some key signings. They've had some young players come up and play well, and their older players are doing well. And so I just think they're really a complete team. All around, and they can really pitch the hell out of the ball. I mean, they got 2 of the best pitchers in the league, and then you had Greinke, and they're just awesome. And plus, I love the way they play, and I love the way they manage, and I love everything about them. So I'm going to stick with them. Hey, you're back. Swilling on Suds. Your least favorite teammate besides Givens, and why? What makes a bad teammate? Now, this is an honest answer. I know you might think that I just don't want to call anyone out. I'm trying to think right now of a bad teammate I had, and I can't think of them. I can't think of one. There was plenty of teammates that I either personality-wise we just didn't match, or I would say that's probably it. Personality-wise, right? Just like if you work someplace. And, there's a bunch of people in the office, and there's someone that you just, for whatever reason, it's not that you don't like them. It's not that you can't stand the guy. It's not that he even did anything to you. It's just I don't know, you're not friends. And so you don't hang out with them. I've had that with teammates. But I've never had a teammate where I've shown up and be like, I freaking hate this guy. I don't want to go around this guy. He's a jerk. I can't think of anyone like that, honestly. And in my opinion, most players that I played with were great guys, and I really, really liked them. That's the honest opinion. And I know a lot of people would be like, oh, baseball players are jerks, and not a lot of people, but some people are like, oh, they're pampered babies and all this stuff. Like in my opinion, most players are just like everybody else. They just happen to be good at baseball, but like they're really good guys. And I always felt like every time, I'll say this, and then I'll move on to another question. Every time I left the team, I got sad. So, like, when I left the Padres and went to the Nationals, I was sad. And I said, oh my God, I'm leaving all my friends, and I have to go to a team where I don't know anyone. And what if I don't like anybody? Oh, what am I going to do? And then guess what? I got to the Nationals, and I made new friends, and I liked everybody. And I was like, wow, these guys are awesome. And then after that year, they didn't want me anymore. And then I went to the Orioles and I left there and I said, oh, I'm leaving all my friends. Now I got to go to the Orioles. What if I don't like anybody? What if they're not nice? And blah, blah, blah. And guess what? I got over there and they're all nice. I like them all too. And this happened every time. Like then I went to the Yankees and I was like, what if they don't? And then they were nice. And then I was like the Indians. I was like, what if I don't have friends? And then they were nice. So like, I don't know. I liked everybody. So maybe I got lucky. Josh, you're back again. OOTBP 20 is a front office game. Yes, okay, then I'm thinking the right thing. What do you play it on, the computer? You don't have to answer that. Let me look it up, Josh. I'll look it up. But if it's a front office game, I'd be really interested in playing that because I kind of do like that kind of stuff. CRC Sports, you're back again. Peter Lombardi wants to know what type of Italian you are. You're welcome, Peter. So my family, I don't look at it all. You can see, I'm half Italian, half Irish. My dad's 100% Irish. Antonelli is not Irish. My dad is 100% Italian. My mom is 100% Irish. My dad's family, so my dad's parents, Filomena Antonelli, Antonio Antonelli, both born in Italy, lived in Italy, moved to America when they were in their 20s, I believe. Had my father. My father's name is Gioacchino Antonelli. That's pretty Italian. I think I said it right. Gioacchino Antonelli. So my dad was born here, but spent some time in Italy. My dad speaks fluent Italian, so doesn't his whole family does. And they grew up in a town called Orsonia, which is, I believe, directly across from Rome. So I've been to Italy once, but I've been to Rome. I've been to the Amalfi Coast. And so it's a long way to say Orsonia. Dan Young. Thank you so much, Dan. Have you ever noticed a coach discouraging a youth player from a certain position? I was a decent lefty catcher as a kid, but was told, but yep. So that's where it happens mostly. Left-handers. Some coaches just believe like there's no lefty catchers, right? And there aren't any lefty catchers in the big league. So, I mean, I guess I can't blame them that they say that. But like, we actually had a lefty catcher. This kid, Jacob Hughes, was a lefty catcher. He's a pretty good catcher. But a lot of the coaches were like, "Nah, you're not catcher anymore. You're a lefty." And so he plays in the outfield now. I don't know if we haven't had any others, but the lefty catcher thing I notice a lot. Now, discouraging players, like with the young players, we watch the players and then we say, where do you play, right? Especially new players to our organization. Where do you play? I'm a shortstop coach. Most of the kids, almost all of them say I'm a shortstop coach if they're righties. Okay, we put them out there. Now, some of them are really good shortstop and some of them are terrible shortstops. So I let everyone play, and then it's our job to be like, okay, we can't play everyone at shortstop, right? We can't like rotate every inning a new shortstop. So we pick a couple of shortstops that we think are the best shortstops, and then we try to move everybody else around. And so I guess that would be discouraging some players from playing certain positions, but I would more call it trying to encourage them to play positions that we feel put them in the best position to succeed. That's how I would say it. Dylan Hatfield, $50. Thank you so much. You didn't ask a question? Dylan, I got to answer something for you. I don't know. Email me a question. DM me a question on Instagram or something. I'll answer it for you. Johnny loves steel balls. You're back. How do you hit high velocity pitches? Do you have a video about batting stance or pitching windup? Okay, so how do you hit high velocity pitches? Well, a lot goes into that. One, the simplest thing is you've got to start early. You've got to start your load and get loaded earlier on faster pitches. That's the first thing. You don't like swing faster or quicker or anything like that. You should always be swinging as quick and as fast as you can. So you got to start earlier. Now the second thing is, if you have trouble hitting fast pitching, then there's probably something in your swing that's not allowing you to do so, right? So there's a lot of things that it could be. And I actually have some videos. I have a YouTube video, actually. I think it's called How to Hit Fast Pitching, I believe. Type that into YouTube and see if it pops up. I think it will. And that'll be much easier for you to get the answer than me describing it here. But I did make a video on that. How do you hit fast pitching, or how to hit faster pitching, or something like that. And if you can't find it, which you should be able to, just go into the hitting playlist and go and just scroll down until you see it. The picture, I remember the pictures of me hitting, like the thumbnail of me hitting, and there's like a big green check mark, I think, and it says like how to hit faster pitching. Do you have a video about batting stance or pitching windup? I don't have one on pitching windups, I don't think. I do have some videos on stances, but for me, stance is personal preference unless your stance is not allowing you to get loaded on time and in position to hit. So I don't really coach stance a lot unless I feel like it's getting in your way of getting ready on time. Thinking about this earlier today. With guys on the 40-man roster still in AAA, is there more prestige with them versus other players in AAA? Yeah, I think most players know who's on the 40-man. And so I don't know if anything special happens to them, but I mean, most people know. And if you're on the 40-man, you're going to play. Like, I don't think there's many guys in the 40-man that aren't playing. Although there was a time in 2009 when I was on the 40-man and I was really struggling where they stopped kind of playing me a little bit. I think the tactic was, I'm assuming the tactic was, this guy's always played, even though I'd always hit well until AAA. I think maybe they said, like, well, let's make this guy kind of earn it a little bit. Like, we're not just going to give him a position anymore just because he's a first rounder and on the 40-man. Like, make him frickin' earn it. And I'm assuming, I don't know if that's what they were really saying. Maybe they were just saying, like, let's give this guy a breather and let him gather his thoughts. I don't know, but I didn't play as much that year. I still played a lot, but that was the first time I'd come in and be like, I wouldn't be in the lineup. And then I would play a game and then play another game and then I wouldn't be in the lineup. Like, the beginning of my career, I played every day. It was like, didn't matter what was wrong with me. When I was in AA, I never missed a game. They played me every freaking day. Dylan Hatfield, thank you so much for $10. Sorry, I forgot to add a message. I love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Dylan. I will, and thank you for watching. CRC Sports, you're back again. Let's see. Did you pitch in high school? If so, what was your fastest you threw? I did pitch in high school. I was our closer. So I was our shortstop closer. The fastest pitch I ever threw on a radar gun. This was my first. So let me backtrack. Opening day of my senior year, I was playing shortstop, and there was, scouts there to watch me play. And I came in the close, and I think my dad went behind the backstop because he was nosy and he wanted to see how hard I threw. And he said it was like 89 to 91, or I topped out at 91. Every pitch was basically 89 to 91. And that was the fastest I ever heard on the radar gun. Now, there were other games where people were gunning me, but I wasn't. My dad didn't run back there, so I don't know if I hit a 92 ever. I just know that day he was back there and he saw that 91 was the hardest pitch I threw. So if anyone asks me what's the hardest, what do you throw in high school, I usually say 87 to 89 topped at 91. Because that was me closing, and that was the first inning. I was 89 to 91, and I was throwing just the piss out of the ball as hard as I could. So if I went more than that, sometimes I went 2 innings. I'm sure I was not 89 to 91 the whole game. I'm sure I was probably 87 to 89 and then touching 91. Okay. Man, I got through all the super chats. Thank you, everyone, for that. What's up, Owen? What was your opinion on AB to the Patriots? So I was pumped when AB came to the Patriots, not because I think he's a great guy or anything like that. I was pumped for one reason. He's one of the best receivers in the league, and I want to win the Super Bowl. So that's why I was pumped. And then I was upset that he couldn't just get his shit together and, John, what's up? Richie Gibbons is the kind of guy who asks to go out to eat and then forgets to bring his wallet. That is Richie. Although usually when he asks to go out to eat, everybody says no. So, What does your wife and kids look like? I don't know. My wife has blonde hair. My son has blonde hair. My daughter has hair like me, like reddish brownish. Is it really hard to hit a home run? Depends. If you're in the big leagues, yep. I mean, yeah, it's hard to hit a home run. I would say at any level, but best spring training complex. When I was there was a couple of new ones. The Dodgers and the White Sox was kind of a newer facility when I was playing there. What other ones were nice? A lot of ones in the Arizona, the Cactus League were kind of newer. Let's see. Cleveland's was Cleveland's newer. When I was with Cleveland, I liked their spring training complex. Nicest player you ever played with? The nicest player. There were a lot of nice players. I always say, as far as one that you guys all know, Trevor Hoffman was like the nicest player ever. Show Laura. I can't show Laura. I mean, I guess I could drag her down here, but she does not like to be on camera. Oh, we have a couple more super chats. Hold on one sec. Let me get into the super chats here for a second. A. Huffman, 1984. Thank you so much again. What do you think is the dumbest unwritten rule in baseball? So I actually have a video on this. I did the top 10 unwritten rules. The dumbest unwritten rule? That's a good question. So I don't like the unwritten rule of, I don't like pitchers drilling guys, hitting guys. And there are some unwritten rules that kind of go around that, like that's kind of how you protect your team. But then there's some pitchers that hit guys because they think they're showing them up, but then they're hitting guys. So I don't like anything that revolves around retaliating by hitting batters, just because I think it is dangerous, and I think that pitchers throw really hard, and I think that some pitchers don't have good enough command, and so that's one thing that bothers me. I think that's probably the biggest one. Let's see. Kyle TZ, thank you so much. Hey, Matt, my son plays for Scott Albert's club team. He wanted to know if you ever faced him. That's a good question. I don't know if I have. I probably have. Well, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I can't remember. I faced a lot of guys in my life, and I can't remember if I have or not. Evan, have you ever watched Playing for Peanuts? Playing for Peanuts. That's with Wally Backman, isn't it? I believe it is. And so if it is, then I have. And Wally is a complete psycho, and I loved it. I loved it. He's nuts, but it was entertaining. So yes, I have. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, 1, 2, 3. Thanks for answering. When's the time that guys really start bonding with each other and team chemistry happens? Spring training, traveling, long games. Spring training is where it starts. Without a doubt, spring training, more than any part of the year. When I was with the Padres, every single day, we would Buddy Black, so we'd all show up at spring training, right? You do whatever, you eat breakfast and you go do early work and you get a massage or whatever. You go to training room, and then whatever time the team meeting starts at the same time every day. The whole team comes in the clubhouse. You sit down and Buddy Black gets up and he starts talking. And pretty much every manager does this, right? But I'm just talking about Buddy Black because I was in big league spring training for a lot of years with the Padres, or multiple years, and so that's where the team kind of comes together, because he'll usually say, like, for the new guys, right? So one day he's gonna be like, Anto, why don't you? That was just like my nickname when I played. Why don't you introduce yourself? So you kind of say like your name and stuff and all that, and where you're from and all that. And then he'll ask you something, and I've already typed with this, and again, this is another YouTube video, but he'll say, like, he'll pick out something different for every player. Some players might have to, maybe they play guitar or something, they'll have to come up and play guitar or sing in front of the team or do something. For me, I had to go, because he was like, oh, you're from Massachusetts, but, have you ever been to a rodeo before? No, I haven't ever been to a rodeo before. He's like, great, well, you're going to pick a couple of your teammates, you're going to go to the rodeo, and you're going to, basically, I got like backstage passes, and so me and Drew Macias and Calix Crabb and Chase Headley, we all went to the rodeo, and like they were like my crew. We had a camera, and Drew did a lot of the interviewing, and we just had to we had to interview like I don't know what you call them, the cowboys, the bull riders, everybody. And then we gave it to our video guy, and then he put it together, and then we showed it to the team. And we all sat down and watched the video. So we do this every day in spring training, every day. And the other thing is different events we had. We had basketball free throw shooting contests. We had all these different events just to kind of bring the team together, get to know your teammates. That happens in spring training. In the regular season, that stuff doesn't happen. Now you still bond with them because you're on the planes, you're on the buses, and all that stuff. But as far as team activities go, it's mostly spring training. Chris R. Cabos. $4.99. Thank you so much for the $4.99. Worst case for player getting chewed out by a coach in the minors. I'm just trying to think back. I don't remember specific. So usually, I'm trying to think. A lot of times managers didn't chew out players individually. Now we got chewed out as a team plenty of times. I can remember lots of managers. I remember in Eugene, our manager yelling at us after a couple games. I remember in Lake Elsinore, one of our first, literally 5 games in the season, our manager told us that we were the worst team he'd ever seen, and we ended up. Well, I left. I went to AA, but that team ended up. Did they play in the? They might have won the California League, or they either won the league or they went to the championship game, and they did that without like I went up and Whey LeBlanc went up and Chad Huffman went up and Manny Ayala went up and who else went up? A lot of us went up. What happened to Dave Freeze? Was Dave Freeze still down there? Dave might have gotten traded. I don't remember if David Freeze. So when I went up to AA, Dave was still in single A because we were in single A together, and then he might have gotten traded that year. Could have gotten traded. Anyways, so they still had a lot of good players there, but they went really far. AA manager, I don't remember him ever really ripping the team. When I was with the Yankees, our AAA manager ripped the team. Pretty good. He basically told the team and we were playing pretty good. This was the first time. This is when I felt different with the Yankees. They weren't messing around. I remember we were playing pretty good, and then we lost a couple games, and he basically said get your shit together, or you're all going to be out of a job, and we're going to find new guys to come in and play for you. And I was like, whoa, this guy's not messing around. These guys are not. This is not fun and games here. Now, usually if you're going to get ripped up, if a manager's going to say something to you, typically it's done in private. Usually they'll call you into the office. They don't usually do it in front of the whole team. No, I'm not saying every manager's like that, but that was my experience. CRC Sports, you're back again. Thank you so much. You should do a reaction series to Kent Murphy. You should get a kick out of it. Yeah, Kent Murphy is hilarious. I have seen some of his videos before. And he's got some good stuff. Domingo Ayala has some good stuff. I just saw a video by Domingo Ayala where he was showing all these new drills and stuff that the new age coaches are doing. It was pretty hilarious. I was dying laughing. I was laughing out loud, very loudly. I actually did a breakdown of Domingo Ayala's swing mechanics. If you want to check that out, type in YouTube. I don't know what you type in. Domingo Ayala's swing mechanics, maybe. Swing analysis, swing mechanics breakdown, something like that. And my video should come up. See if you like it. All right. Wow, I've been on here for 80 minutes, guys. That was a fast 80 minutes. I had so much stuff I was supposed to do tonight. I was supposed to answer a lot of emails. Why does it say Nerf Mini Hoop Skills on First Take slide on the intro? So I went on First Take, the ESPN show First Take, when I went on because of my mini Nerf basketball skills. So let me tell you the story real fast. Fast story, then I got to go in a few minutes. Okay, spring training, what year would it have been? 2008 maybe? No, it's when I broke my hand. It was 2010. So it was 2010 spring training. Whey LeBlanc and I, we shared an apartment, and we had a Nerf hoop. Wade loved to shoot hoops, and I'm not that good at it, but I played too. And then one day I was like, wait, why don't we do some trick shots, and I'll videotape it with my little flip camera back in the day. And I was like, I had a blog back then, and I was like, I'm going to put it on my blog. And he was like, all right, cool. So we did it. Came up with a bunch of shots, and then I recorded it, and then I put it on my computer, and I edited it, and then I put it on my blog. And the next day, ESPN called me. So I pick up my phone, and they're like, hey, Matt. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, this is whoever from ESPN. We saw your video, Nerf video on your blog, and we'd love to have you on First Take to talk about it. And I was like, Jimmy, is this you? This ain't ESPN. And they're like, no, it's really ESPN. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. So they had me on the show. That's why I put it up there. Play more Road to the Show series. Or Road to the Show. I will. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and play. I really have to go to bed so I can get up tomorrow and play. Do I accept emails for advice? Yeah, I mean, I get tons of emails, so I try to answer as many as I can. Yo, what's up, Jorge? Hi, Glenn. And hello, Dean. All right, everybody. I'm going to answer one more question, and then I have to go to bed. I have to go upstairs. Wow, Brendan Simmons. Sorry, that went by really fast. Let me see what you got to say. We will be selling merch. We used to sell merch. I used to sell a lot of merch. But then it became hard to sell it all. I was selling out a lot, and I'll get back to selling it again. Love your videos, my man. You're a good dude. Thank you, Brendan Simmons. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Okay, one more question, and then I have to go to bed because I got a lot of stuff I got to do tomorrow. Before I go to, actually, hold on. Calyx Crab, yeah. I don't talk to Dave Freeze anymore. I haven't talked to Dave in a while. Okay. Here's my question. Road to the show. Shout out to, who's that? You really want followers? The 3 card collectors. Shout out to the 3 card collectors. Good night, Richard. Road to the show. Any good ideas I should do in my next couple episodes? One thing I want to do, someone gave me a really good idea about Vegemite. So I talked about Vegemite and how they used to give it to us for punishment. So I think I'm going to get some Vegemite, and anytime I do something bad, I might take a bite of Vegemite. Stop stealing bases. Never, Mike. Never. I'm running. I am a dad. Yes, I have 2 kids. Do a pitcher series in the future? I might do that. Request a trade? No, I can't request a trade because I want to make it up with the White Sox. Jockstrap batting practice. Awesome. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. But more. Speedy Gonzalez, maybe. Barry Bonds, Hall of Fame, yes. Request for the Dodgers, nah. Nick Markakis, I play with him a little bit with the Orioles. Very good player. Try to steal home, maybe. Home Run Derby and MLB The Show. You beat NC State? We beat NC State, yeah. We also lost them a lot. Awesome. Thank you, Boss Volcano. You're welcome, Jonathan. Thanks, Jose. I appreciate it. All right, everybody. I'm going to answer one more question. Hey, what's going on, Christopher? I haven't talked to AJ Ellis in a while. I haven't talked to Josh Ellis in a while. I should give Josh a call. You're welcome, Denny. How good do you have to be in high school, college to get a shot at the major leagues? I mean, the easy answer is really good. You got to be one of the best players. I mean, you got to... yeah, it's hard to say how good. I mean, you got to be really, really good. Who is this guy? Who, me? Who's this guy? My name is Matt Antonelli. Who are you? Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, me? I told you who I am. Who are you? Carrot? Hello. Last time I talked to Whey LeBlanc, 2 weeks ago. How are we doing, guys? Matt Antonelli here. That's right, STG Nick. All right, Gavin, thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thank you. Who said they're laughing? The wife. Tom, thank you. I get a lot of people that say like their wives think they're crazy for watching my stuff. So, yeah, Shannon, thank you. I agree. My intro is awesome. Have you talked to Sean Wooten? Yeah, I talked to Sean Wooten like a couple weeks ago. Thanks, Richard. Actually, my nephew last night, we had a birthday party for my sister-in-law's boyfriend, and my nephew somehow, I don't know, he knows I have a YouTube channel, but he's never seen. That's okay. 3 people. 3 people is not that many. my nephew had never seen my videos, and he started. So he was like, there were people talking about my videos, so he watched it. I did play with Tommy King, yep. And he starts dying laughing, and I was like, "What the hell are you laughing at, dude?" And he's like, "Your intro, it's corny." I think he said corny, and I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, he said it wasn't a good intro. I think it's a really good intro, personally, but Aquino, how do you say his last name? Aquino, I think he rakes. Wake was good at football when I left. What would have been my senior year. I think they won the ACC. They did. They played in the Orange Bowl. That was really it. World Series prediction, I already gave it. Dodgers, Astros. I did that at the beginning of the year. Astros are going to win. I'm going to just stick with it. Thank you, Shannon. All right. No, Mike, I'm never changing my intro. Maybe I will eventually, but. So my batting average in high school, my junior year, I think was 629. My senior year was 5 something. I don't remember. Okay, now logging off. I don't play Call of Duty. No, I don't. I don't regret leaving school early at all. Not at all. They paid me a lot of money to leave school early. I had to leave school early. That's all I got, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the questions. Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl again. And I'm sleeping on the couch too, so don't worry about it. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Road to the show. Long live King Kong. I'll be up tomorrow early for another Road to the Show episode. What hat do you guys want? Last question. What hat do you want? Patriots aren't cheaters. What hat do you want? First person that puts a hat, I'm wearing it. I don't see a hat yet. Yankees hat. Done. Yankees hat tomorrow. Whoever just said that. And. Your name's And. Okay. Yankees hat just for you. We'll see everyone